Hello again. Thank you for welcoming me onto your screen for another month's worth of drum lessons. I'm very excited to be here again. The whole point of this first session is going to be cutting the string that I've been talking about that links your right hand and your right foot. At certain points again in the future, it's going to be really important for that string to exist, because it's going to help for your right hand and your right foot to be linked in. But for this particular session, it's going to be important just to enable our grooves to get a little bit funkier. It's important that your right foot is able to move and is able to process at a separate time to your right hand. Now, the first couple of grooves I'm about to show you aren't in the Rhythm Revolution book and aren't in the Guildhall book. If you click on the link into the website, into the file entitled Cutting the String, what we're going to do is this: play through the first couple of grooves on that sheet. Now, up until now, like I said before, the right foot was played at the same time as the right hand. Now, on beat number 1 on the Cutting the String sheet, the groove goes like this: 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. We're just playing crotchets with the right hand. I'll do it on the hats. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. The right foot is playing on the and, but at a different point to the right hand. So your right foot is on the and, playing completely separately. What you'll probably do first time is this. Because at the moment, the way your head is, right foot moves, right hand moves. We're going to cut the string. Okay, groove number 1 again. Moving on to groove number 2. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1. Okay, using that principle, if you go through those grooves, basic though they may seem, it'll get you in good stead for the funk grooves. In a second, we're going to move on to the funk grooves, which involve your right foot being free while we're playing 8th notes on the hats. But in order to do that, we're going to free it up by playing like I've just played, your right foot being free when your right hand is playing quarters. To demonstrate that, I'm going to let my right foot follow the groove, playing quarter notes with my right hand in a Bad Company song. Here we go. You get the idea from that, what I'm doing. All I was doing through there, keeping my hands the same, the one, and just experimenting with my right foot away from my right hand, following what the bass and the guitar were doing in the song. Applying that theory to the funk grooves in the Rhythm Revolution book, what I'd like you to do is, the mindset that you had when you were playing the cut on the string sheet that we've just been looking at, that whole theory freeing the right foot up. What we're going to do is, first of all, looking at number one of the funk grooves, the hats now are going to be playing eighth notes. And the bass drum is going to have to fit in between those eighth notes. So on groove number one, on the funk grooves, again, the hats and the snare are very simple. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So the brain in your right hand and the brain in your left hand are working closely together to keep that groove tight. Now, the bass drum part goes like this. 1E and a 2E and a 3 and 4. 1E and a 2E and a 3 and 4. Okay, nearly fell off my seat there. It's so exciting, this lesson, I nearly fell off my seat. Right, so looking at your 16th that we did last month, that first shape of the 16th, which starts on beat 1, is 1E and A. 1E and A. And the A of the 16th, the last of the 16th on beat 1, is by itself. You're going to have to play the bass drum between the hi-hats, and it sounds like this. 1E and a 2E and a 3 and 4. 1E and a 2E and a 3 and 4. 1E and a 2E and a 3 and 4. 1E and a 2E and 3 and 4. Okay, which speeded up starts to get a bit funky. Indeed, all of these grooves that we're going to look at really just start to make the grooves a little bit funkier. You guys who are in bands, you guys who are moving on and you're playing a little bit, your bass player, especially if you're listening to things like the Chili Peppers and bands like that, a lot of what the bass player does isn't on the beat, isn't when your hi-hat or your right cymbal is playing. So unlocking your right foot, cutting the string and understanding these funk grooves is an important fundamental thing as a drummer to do with you linking in with your bass player. Okay, let's go through 1, 2 and 3 of the funk grooves just to see where we are, to see if you can kind of get your bass drum unlocked from your right hand. Beat number 1 again. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Number 2. Number 3. Okay, if you're getting to this point and you're saying, Des, I can't do it, it's weird, every time I hit my kick drum, my right hand wants to move, the way to unlocking it is to go back to the quarter notes that we've just done. Don't worry about getting 8s on the hat. Go back to the quarter notes with the cut and the string exercise and play them again and play them again and play them again. And then these will seem easier. And then if you start struggling again with these, go back to your quarter notes and see if you can get that string untied. I'll just play through the funk grooves for a little while before I move on to another track. I just want to show you the type of grooves that you'll be able to start to move onto if you can get this right foot unlocked. Here we go. Okay. What I'm going to do is just start being a bit freer with the right foot. Okay, so that's where we're aiming for, that you've got the ability, through working through these grooves, for your right leg to be able to wander, your right foot to be able to accurately play things that your bass player and that your song dictates you need to play. Okay, I'm going to apply that quickly to a song you'll enjoy playing along to. And notice how my right foot follows what the guitar and the bass are doing in this song. Unless I've cut the string and unless I've mastered these funk grooves, it's not possible for me to play this song. And although it sounds like an easy groove, unless we've done this, it's not possible to play. Here we go. Really listen when the groove comes in to how the right foot locks into what the bass is doing and locks into what the guitar is doing. Here we go. Really locking in. No need to fill the gap. Here's a fill coming up. Okay, so please experiment. Just as you're listening to songs, as you've got them on your iPod, when stuff comes on MTV, sit along, try to play along and try to free up that right foot. The next step that we're going to move on to in the next session is applying these new grooves into tracks with a whole new lot of fill-ins. We're going to look at some full bar fill-ins and just up the temperature a little bit.